Hello, football fans, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. It is homecoming tonight for the University Trojans as they play host to the Rangers from Rudder. I'm Lark Smith, along with the coach Butch Henry, and coach, we get to see Cavante Johnson again. Yes, Cavante Johnson again and again and again.
Yeah, that young man's averaging 144 yards rushing per game. We've seen him once. He's a good football player. But if you had to label this game, it could be called the Cellar Bowl, I guess, because both teams are at the bottom of the rung in the district play. Rudder's only won one game. That came last week. University's lost 44 in a row. But it's homecoming tonight, so maybe they can send the homecoming X's home happy.
Well, we'll see if the streak ends tonight as the University Trojans take on the Rudder Rangers. That's up next right here on Waco ISD TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll turn your attention to the 50-yard line. Tonight we would like to recognize Coach Maurier Crane as University High School Coach of the Week. We want to thank Coach Crane for his hard work and loyalty to our proud school district. We wish Coach Crane and the Trojans all the best in the remainder of the season. Tonight we'd also like to recognize Jennifer Bond as University High School Teacher of the Week. We want to thank Mrs. Bond for her hard work and loyalty to our proud school district. We wish Ms. Bond and the Trojans all the best in the remainder of the year. Please give Ms. Bond and Coach Crane a hand. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the 2017 University High School Homecoming Court presentation and crowning of the King and Queen. Our first Queen nominee is Teresa Banuelos Terrones. Teresa is escorted by her parents, Sarah Terrones and Javier Banuelos. At school, Teresa takes classes in the Academy of Public Service. In the community, Teresa competes in jiu-jitsu tournaments. Teresa enjoys eating, laughing, sleeping, hanging out with friends, and training at her MMA gym. Teresa Banuelos Terrones. Our first King nominee is Dylan Chapman. Dylan is escorted by his parents, Kyle and Leslie Chapman. Dylan is student council president, a member of National Honor Society, a key club officer, and plays varsity baseball. In the community, Dylan participates in No Limitations, Food for Families, Meals on Wheels, and is an intern with ESPN Radio Central Texas. Dylan enjoys playing select baseball and working with special needs children. Dylan plans to attend college to play baseball and major in broadcast journalism. Dylan Chapman. Our second Queen nominee is Janet Moreno. Janet is escorted by Onahi Montalongo and Olivia Moreno. At school, Janet participates in soccer, cross country, and JROTC. In the community, Janet participates with Make-A-Wish and is a Heart of Texas sweetheart. Janet's favorite thing to do is spend time with her friends and family. Janet plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin and become an athletic trainer. Janet Moreno. Our second King nominee is Deodric London. Deodric is escorted by Donna Curtis and LaMonica London. Deodric is a dual credit student, plays baseball, is team captain for UHS varsity track and field, and is a UHS school ambassador. In the community, Deodric volunteers with various track and field activities. He enjoys participating in track and field and leading by example throughout University High School. Deodric plans to attend Sam Houston State University and major in political science. Deodric London. Our third Queen nominee is Jen Salas. Jen is escorted by her parents, Ozell and Carolina Torres. At school, Jen takes classes in the Academy of Business and Finance. She works at Champs and Lids at the Richland Fashion Mall. Jen enjoys arts and crafts, helping others, working, and shopping. Jen plans to attend Texas A&M University and wants to become a dental hygienist. Jen Salas. Our third King nominee is Jordan Perkins. Jordan is escorted by Demetria Perkins. At school, Jordan participates in football, basketball, and track. In the community, Jordan volunteers with the UHS Tax Preparation Service and helps supervise children at CareNet. Jordan's favorite thing to do is play football. Jordan plans to attend the University of North Texas. Jordan Perkins. Our fourth Queen nominee is Jordan Simmons. Jordan is escorted by her sisters, Sadie Simmons and Taylor Simmons. At school, Jordan participates in cheerleading and assists with the UHS Tax Preparation Service. In the community, Jordan spends her time babysitting. Her favorite things to do are spending time with her family and playing with her dogs. Jordan Simmons. Our fourth King nominee is Navante Weaver. Navante is escorted by his mother, Monica Wright. At school, Navante takes classes in the Academy of Engineering, enjoys going to class, doing his work, and making people laugh. In the community, Navante helps and participates in various events at his church. Navante enjoys listening to music and taking pictures. He plans to attend Prairie View A&M University and major in interior design. Navante Weaver. Crowning the King and Queen tonight are University High School's 2016 Homecoming King and Queen, Ray Estelle and Jennifer Chavez. Presenting the Queen with her bouquet is University High School Principal Dr. Ricky Edison and Senior Cohort Principal Lisa Kane. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. Your 2017 University High School Homecoming King is Navante Weaver. There's your king. Congratulations, Navante. And now, your 2017 University High School Homecoming Queen is Teresa Banuelos Terrones. Let's hear it one more time for Teresa. Congratulations to our homecoming court and to our king and queen. Thank you and have a great night.
Back at Waco ISD Stadium, where the two teams are getting ready to enter the stadium through their run-through. The Rudder Rangers, their second trip to Waco ISD Stadium this year. They came and took on the Waco Lions about a month ago and dropped the 35-6 decision to the Waco Lions on that night. Their head coach, Greg Morgan, is the only head coach they've had at Rudder High School. Of course, Rudder High School only about 5 years old, has only played football for 4. This is his 4th season I'm sorry, this is his first season as the head coach. He's the second head coach they've had. So this is his first year. So we got a couple of first-year head coaches taking on each other. And between them, they have 1 win out of 16 games played. Of course, this is the first year of Rodney Smith controlling the football fortunes of the University Trojans. Trojans trying to break, as we mentioned, that 44-game losing streak. And Coach, pretty much what they have to do tonight is stop Cavante Johnson.
Yeah, and that's easier said than done. That young man's, like I talked about on the pregame, he's their bell cow, averages about 140-something yards rushing per game. So, and he's got breakaway speed. So I think the key to this game is a good start for the Trojans. They always somehow shoot themselves in the foot and get behind the 8 ball.
They have to not turn the ball over,
Yep.
and they can't be behind the chains on first down.
There you go. There you go.
They can just keep the ball moving down the field. They got a chance to break that streak. Of course, we mentioned Cavante Johnson, who had an outstanding week last week in their win over the Bryan Vikings, a 35-28 win. He carried the ball 33 times for 249 yards and had 4 touchdowns. He comes into tonight's game with almost 1,200 yards rushing on the season, and that's about 500 yards more than the University Trojans as a team, has been able to collect.
I think University needs to pass when they think they're going to run and run when they think they're going to pass.
Cross them up.
You keep them off balance. And I assume that C.J. Crane will be the quarterback for University. You never know. They've played 4 different quarterbacks. He passes the ball, but not very long. He's better on the short passes.
Well, Trojans have not thrown the ball very much this year. This is their 9th game of the season. They've only attempted 131 passes in the first 8 games and just completed 54 of them. Now, to say that about the Trojans, you turn around and look at the Rudder Rangers. They have not attempted but 83 passes all year. They've completed 32 of those. So, knock on wood, this could be a short game simply because both teams like to run the football.
Would you throw it if you had Cavante Johnson?
No.
Not very often.
No, not unless I'm throwing it to Cavante Johnson.
That's right.
2017 school year. We are very proud of our
The other game on the schedule in the district tonight is Temple at College Station. That's pretty much for the district championship. As A&M Consolidated has the night off. The Waco Lions are down in Bryan, and that's pretty much for a playoff spot, as the loser there pretty much is out of the running for that 4th playoff spot.
Unless, if Waco High loses less than 7 points, they can still get in. It's a weird deal. If they beat University.
If they beat University.
Because Bryan lost to Rudder last week. I kind of threw a cog in the wheel.
Time now for their national anthem from the University Band.
Texas, our Texas.
Good look at the homecoming crowd who has made it out to Waco ISD Stadium tonight to hopefully watch the University Trojans not only win homecoming, but also come away with their first victory in quite a while. Congratulations to the homecoming queen, Teresa Welders Taveras, and the homecoming king, Devontae Weaver. They were crowned prior to the game.
And by the way, our own Dylan Chapman was a nominee for homecoming king. I know he's also the student body president, so I guess he'll be doing some interviews for us tonight.
Captain's going to meet at midfield with our officials. For the Rudder Rangers, number 2, Davion Calhoun, number 10, Dominique Spear, number 34, Jacoby Tolliver, and number 72, Tyler Schutt. For University, the lone captain is Jamarian Payton, number 9. Who are our officials tonight, Coach?
They're from the Central Texas chapter, which is basically Temple. Our referee is Chad Horton. Umpire is Mike Perrier. Head linesman is Damian Boniface. And the line judge is Jeremy Langley. Back judge is Charles Johnson. I noticed one thing right off the bat. Rudder has uniforms where you can see the numbers after the last time they were here.
Rudder will receive at the west end.
So Rudder wins the toss and will take the football. And, yeah, when they came here to take on Waco High, they lost 2 timeouts per half due to the fact that their jerseys were not in compliance with UIL rules concerning the numbers on the jersey being in contrast to the numbers to the color of the actual jersey. They had white numbers that were outlined in green, but they did away with that tone-on-tone jersey. So
well, it cost them a timeout each quarter, so that's 4 timeouts. That I don't know if they ordered new ones or borrowed them from somebody or whatever. It doesn't make a difference. They got them.
They certainly do. Night starts with College Station and Temple basically tied for top of the district standings, but they're playing each other at College Station tonight. This will be the last game of the year for College Station because their bye is the last week of the regular schedule. Temple comes in at 4-0. A&M consolidated 3-2. Those 3 teams look like they'll be in the playoffs. Then it's Waco High, Rudder, and Bryan all at 1-3, and University 0-4 in district play. Back deep for the Rangers in the middle is Giovanni Madison. They're going to squib kick it short, take it off the chest of a Ranger at the 28-yard line, and a teammate falls on it for Rudder.
Rudder will retain possession of that kickoff.
Good job by Kedron Caldwell getting on the football, but they'll start at their own 27-yard line.
Yeah, that's kind of the type of field position I would imagine University like, keep them deep in their own territory. But we're going to see a big dose of number 24 for Rudder tonight, Cavante Johnson, so you might as well just get ready. He toted it, 33 times last week?
Yes, sir. The most he's carried it in any one game was against College Station. He carried it 36 times for 276 yards, but only had 1 touchdown in that contest. He had a season-high 4 touchdowns last week against Bryan. He's the tailback, and he has the football and has plenty of running room. Gets into the secondary and finally brought down by the game captain, Jamarian Payton, but not after he gets to midfield.
Well, I told you you're going to have a big dose of it. You see it right there. Had a nice hole, and I'll tell you what, the Rudder line, they probably outweigh University, probably about average 40 pounds per man. And that was really a touchdown-saving tackle by Payton.
23-yard pickup for Cavante Johnson. His blocking back in front of him is Bladen Reeves. Quarterback is Hunter Dobbins. Finds another hole in the offensive line and goes down at the University 42-yard line. One problem that Cavante Johnson has had this year is holding on to the football. He fumbled the ball, 2 or 3 times against Waco High.
One of the University youngsters that lost his helmets, he's got to come out for one play.
8-yard pickup will bring up 2nd down and 2 at the University 42. Out of shotgun this time. Dobbins quickly throws it in the flat. It's complete to Calhoun. Calhoun is close to the first down, but I don't think he has enough.
You remember Calhoun from last time. He's not a very big youngster, but he can really motor.
Pick up a 1 to the 41. First third down opportunity here for the University defense to pick up a stop. You mentioned that Rudder offensive line. The center is Justin Gomez. The guards, Jacoby Nuttall and Clifford Chambers. The tackles, Philip Barnett and Pedro Garcia. And off to Johnson. Has the first down and more as he gets it down to the 37-yard line.
There's another look at Devontae Johnson. Finally brought down by Terry Murphy.
Pick up a 4 on that play. Johnson already has 35 yards and 3 carries. First down from the 37. University's into the field. Dobbins with the pitch to Johnson. Tries to find a hole back across the middle, and the Trojans close it down pretty quickly. First one there was Brazian Easley. Pick up a 2 to the 35.
They just run that old power sweep. Sometimes it goes outside, sometimes it cuts back in, which you did that time. If I'm University, I kind of force Rudder to throw the football downfield because that is certainly not their strong point.
Well, right now, it looks like you got about 11 guys within 5 yards of the football. Well, he's going to throw it this time, and it's in and out of the hands of Calhoun. He tried to run with that one before he threw it, before he could catch it. Third and long situation here for the first time.
That is what we talked about earlier. We need to get off the field now and force Rudder to punt the football, but now this should bring up a passing situation, but I still say I look for Devontae Johnson to get his hands on this football somehow.
He's not in the game right now. They have the other running back, Green, in there, number 20, on the jet sweep. Well, they throw a flag and blow it dead as procedure is called against the Rudder Rangers.
I wonder if Calhoun turned up too quick when he came in motion, or we'll see what it is.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 63. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay, third down.
Tackle Philip Barnett flagged for the false start. Brings up third down and 13.
I'm still going to give it to Calhoun. I don't care what you say. I'm going to give it to Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Calhoun wouldn't be bad either.
No, he got 23 yards on his first carry. He needs 13 to pick up a first down here. Fake the handoff. Dobbins looking to pass and has it complete, and it'll go for the touchdown. Complete to Marquise Johnson for the 40-yard TD.
I said Forster, make him throw the football downfield. Well, that's exactly what they did. And I'm telling you, Dobbins threw a good pass that time. You can see it right there. That was on the money. Calhoun, Johnson just caught that thing in stride for the touchdown.
On to try the extra point is Pedro DeLuna. He was kicking 50-yard field goals during pregame, but that was with the wind at his back. Gets under this one and puts it through the uprights. 9 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and Rudder has drawn first blood. They're on top 7-0.
And I think what made that last play was the fake, and then you see Dobbins throwing the football. Right there, that was just a good pass. Johnson caught it in stride, had no trouble getting in the end zone. So now we'll see if the Trojans can get this football and mount some type of drive of their own.
Rangers go 73 yards in 7 plays and took 2 minutes and 56 seconds of the first quarter to score on their first possession of the ball game.
Good look at that. Like you mentioned, the home guys, it's one of the better crowds we've seen on University. I'd say a lot of the students down there around the 35-yard line. You look at them right there, there's a lot of folks here tonight.
Nice night to be out watching football with a game time temperature of 73 degrees under a clear sky. Do have a north breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Relative humidity is 63%. Great night for football.
What a difference a week makes.
Certainly does. A little cool last week. DeLuna will do the kicking off. Back deep for the Trojans, number 1, O.C. Cadena, and number 10, Justin Williams. DeLuna with not much of approach, pops it up toward the far side. Over the shoulder catch made, and Obie Cooper gets it back to the 20-yard line.
That was a pretty nice tackle that time. Well, the youngster from Rudder, I didn't catch his number. I believe that was number 6. Yeah, it was Isaiah Searcy that time.
He had an interception against Waco High. Matter of fact, he had 2 last week against Bryan, which helped them to their victory. C.J. Crane will be at a wide receiver position, and the starting quarterback is going to be Tyron Archibald, a junior, number 11. Hands it off to Jeremiah Stroop, and Stroop takes it over the left side for about 2 yards to the 22.
Stroop is only a sophomore. He's a fine running back, but any running back can tell you got to have a hole to run through. That time he had very little hole to run through.
Stroop starts the night with 103 carries. That's the most by any running backs, but just 486 yards and 2 touchdowns out of those 103 carries. Second down and 8. On the roll, Archibald throws. It's complete to Obie Cooper, and Cooper is fairly close to the first down.
I tell you what, the universities used C.J. Crane at quarterback. They've used Jordan Perkins. They've used Tyree Archibald. I guess they're just trying to find the right combination, but that was a first down for the Trojans, which is good news.
To the 30-yard line, they pick up the first down. Crane wide to the far side. Williams wide to the near side with Cooper in the slot. Handoff goes to Stroop. Stroop hits a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
That time Rudder came on an all-out blitz and kind of stopped up that hole where he was headed that time. Keep your eye on number 54, Jacoby Nuthall. He also plays offense, but he's a big youngster, about 6'2", right around 300 pounds. So he's a good one.
They got several players that'll play both ways. Casey Shutt, one of the linebackers, also plays both ways, as does one of the cornerbacks, Blandon Reeves. We'll also see Giovanni Madison play both ways some. Second down and 10. No gain on the play. Archibald on the roll. Now will tuck it and run and be run out of bounds at the 29-yard line and lose a yard. Well, they're going to mark him at the 30, so no gain.
There's another look at it. Just nowhere to go that time for Archibald. Couldn't find the receiver open, so he tucked it in and tried to give what he could. Now this is third down. I'm going to see if Rudder blitzes again like they did a while ago. They sent about 7 folks a while ago, so we'll see.
Keep a couple of blocking backs in. Julian Wilson, number 30, in there along with Stroop. Straight drop back this time. Archibald goes for Crane and overthrows C.J. by about a foot. C.J. can't bring it down.
C.J. was wide open that time. If he'd have caught it, it would have been a first down for the Trojans, but that's not the case, so it's punt time.
Trojan punter is Gabriel Castillo. Davion Calhoun is deep for the Rangers.
Just do not get this thing blocked.
It gets blocked. They have somebody throw a flag before the snap.
I don't know.
I think so.
Must have.
Yep.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 1. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay fourth down.
That was a break for the Trojans in a way, wasn't it?
Certainly was. So now it's 4th and 15 from the 25. Let's see if Castillo can get this off a little quicker.
Look at those splits.
Pretty wide. I think I could run through one of those, Coach. He gets this one off. Takes a bit of a Trojan roll inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
He barely got that one off.
Yes, sir, he
That's all
did.
I'm going to tell you.
37-yard punt for Castillo. Rudder takes over with 6 minutes and 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Rudder has a 7-0 lead.
You look at the Trojan cheerleaders night on homecoming. You see a lot of folks in the stands wearing those big fancy mums. There they are right there. There's one of them, beautiful mum.
Hunter Dobbins will start in the shotgun formation with Johnson to his left. They send Calhoun in motion, fake the handoff to Calhoun, give it to Johnson. Johnson sheds one tackle and gets across the 40 up to the 42.
That's a nice tackle by Josh Walker, but you know what? I've come accustomed to Josh Walker making a lot of tackles. He always does. Had a little help also that time from Terry Murphy.
Johnson picks up 4 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 6. One other thing I like when these two teams play is they take their time between plays.
Yes, they do.
Got time to keep stats.
Plus, it keeps the clock running also.
Yes, it does. From the right hash mark under center. Dobbins on the counter hands it off to Johnson, and Johnson has about 3 yards up to the 45.
There's another look at it. You see Johnson. He coming in your screen right there. Again, it's Terry Murphy. Came in and make a nice tackle.
So it's 3rd down and 3. Johnson's carried the ball 6 times for 44 yards already. From the I formation this time. Fake the handoff on the rollout. Dobbins passes underneath, and it is complete to Landon Reeves. He started out at the fullback position. Takes a little out route and takes it into University territory down to the 32-yard line.
Look, there was literally no one within 10 yards of him. He catches his football. You can see there. You don't see any purple jerseys. I think the fake drew some of them to Devontae Johnson, and rightfully so.
So a 23-yard pickup on the pass from Dobbins to Reeves sets up a 1st down at the University 32-yard line. Pass in the flat is incomplete, a little short of the target as they tried to get it out to Malcolm Manley.
They're trying to just keep University off balance but when they really need a big play, they're going to give it to 24.
Dobbins has already attempted 6 passes, completed 4 of them. Most passes he's completed in any game this year was the very first game of the season when he completed 11 of 19 attempts against Del Valle. Fumble on the play. Johnson fighting for the football, able to get back to it. And again, that has been the bugaboo for Kevontae Johnson this year, is holding on to the football.
He's very fortunate he got that one back. Abel Montemare was right there, could not grab a hold of it.
So they'll mark it for a yard loss back to the 33.
Remember last time they had a 3rd and long, they threw a touchdown pass, I believe.
Well, it's 3rd and 11 here. More like 3rd and 11 and a half, as it's between the 34 and the 33. Dobbins rolling to his right, looking for Giovanni Madison, but throws it underneath. It's complete to Casey Shutt, and Shutt's knocked down at the 25-yard line, still shy of the 1st down by about 3 yards.
Boy, Josh Walker put a good hit on him to keep him from making the 1st down. So now it's decision time for Coach Morgan. I go for it, a field goal, they're going for it.
Well, DeLuna's got a pretty good leg. As I said, he hit 50-yarders during pregame, but they're going to go for it. When you got Kevontae Johnson in the backfield, why not? He has the football, and second effort's going to get him the 1st down up to the 20. Picked up 5 on the play. Second 1st down in this drive that started at the Rudder 38.
Kind of like the Earl Campbell days. You know he's going to get the football, but you still had to stop it.
Yes, sir. So Rudder keeps the drive alive. Their second drive of the night. They already lead 7-0, and now we have a timeout called by University.
This will be our last chance to see Cavante Johnson this year. He's a senior, but he is a good one. To see some of the highlighters, they'll be doing everything at halftime. And, of course, next week, Lark, we'll be back here for the big Hall of Fame game, Waco High and University. The big crosstown rival should have a big crowd. And I tell you what, all bets are off when those two guys play each other.
Absolutely. And next week, besides that game in the district will close out the regular schedule with Bryan at Temple and A&M Consolidated at Rudder. Again, College Station will have their open date the last week of the regular season. So tonight is their final game of the year as they take on Temple at home, basically for the district championship. The winner there most likely will take home the title. So 1st and 10 from the University 20. Casey Shut-in is the blocking back, the fullback in the I formation. The pitch goes to Johnson around the left side, finds a cutback lane, and backs his way down to about the 16-yard line.
Well, I hate to say it, but getting up off the bottom of that pile is Josh Walker again.
Of course he is. They're going to give him 5 yards to the 15. 2nd down and 5. The Rudder Rangers have already run 15 plays from scrimmage. University Trojans have only run 6, and that one of those includes a punt. Calhoun in motion. Fake the Calhoun, give it to Johnson up the middle, inside the 10, down to the 9, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
Boy, he'll just get 4 or 5 yards. It doesn't take long to get down the other end of the field. You see it right there, and finally brought down by Jamarian Payton.
This will be the 10th play of the drive. One thing that I do remember from Rudder whenever they played Waco High, they don't hurt themselves much with penalties against themselves.
No, they're pretty fundamentally sound.
They've had the one false start in the previous drive. Pitch back goes to Johnson, using his blockers, jumps over a University Trojan and gets down to the 1-yard line.
Finally brought down by Terry Murphy. He's had a good football game tonight. He and Josh Walker both for University.
2nd and goal after the 8-yard gain for Johnson. One of the few high school teams that utilizes a tight end on the offensive line. They got a double tight end now. They hand it off to the fullback, and Blandon Reeves reaches and gets in for the touchdown. So Reeves scores the TD. That's his first of the year, according to the statistics that I was able to pull off of Max Preps.
There you go right there. Barely got it in. Good effort by the Trojans, but they could not keep him out of the end zone. You don't see many high school teams anymore run out of the I formation. Most of them run the spread. Most of the time, the quarterback's been under center tonight for the most part.
DeLuna on to try the extra point. Reeves will do the holding. And he shoots it through. 1 minute and 59 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the Rudder Rangers are out front by a score of 14-0.
Well, you know you got to stop Cavante Johnson. You know you have to, but stopping him is one thing. Trying to stop him is one thing, and stopping him is another thing. Now, I don't know what that is. It's pretty fancy, whatever it is.
Certainly is. 11 plays to go to 62 yards in 4 minutes and 55 seconds for Rudder to get on the scoreboard on their second possession of the game. I think they picked up some momentum last week at that victory over Bryan.
Yeah, that was a upset, no question about it. We were keeping up with the score here, and Rudder was ahead. But there's those young ladies, they are ready for homecoming. Number 86, what they're looking at. And I would acknowledge what 86 is, but I don't have it on my roster. Do you?
No.
Look at those mums. They cost more than $5, I guarantee you.
What happened to the days when you just got this one little mum with a couple of streamers on it, maybe a cowbell at the end? And
I used to get a daffodil out of the backyard and just give it to them.
Fair catch called for, well, I thought it was a fair catch taken for, but it's OC Cadena. Yeah, it was a fair catch was indicated by Obi.
Yeah, and Cadena caught it.
Yeah, Obi Cooper. And so they didn't drop any flags for delay of game for Cadena taking off with it, but going to put the ball at the 22-yard line. That's where Cadena caught it.
Now, I assume that Archibald would go back in as quarterback. He may not, but I would assume that he would.
Do see number 11 out of the purple jerseys headed out for the second offensive possession of the game for University. Now, they do keep, well, take that back. Now, C.J. Crane's going to split out to the left side of the formation. Jeremiah Strope in the backfield, fake handoff. Across the middle, too high for Obi Cooper. Cooper kind of felt he was interfered with, but I think that was uncatchable.
And the folks up in the booth, just check this out. I'm telling you that C.J. Crane was wide open about the 35-yard line. And, you know, they had he was open a while ago, and he's overshot him, so they might want to come back with that later.
Archibald has seen action in 4 games prior to tonight. Came in completing 13 of 29 passes for 235 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looking to pass again, gets it out to Cooper on the wide receiver screen, gets a good block out on the edge from Justin Williams. Still going to be shy of the first down, though.
Obi Cooper showed me a little speed that time. Picked up good yards, but this does bring up a third and relatively long.
Picked up 7 on the play, 3rd and 3.
Then we got C.J. Crane split out to the right this time, I believe, instead of the left.
Quick pitch for Crane, and it's almost picked off, but Crane stays with it and gets the first down on the tip drill.
I tell you what, Isaiah Searcy had a touchdown. If he picks that ball right there, he was going to the house. That's a good job of C.J. Crane keeping his concentration.
Searcy had a pick 6 against Waco High here at Waco ISD Stadium a couple of weeks ago. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. That's a pickup of 9 for the first down on the pass from Archibald to Crane. Fumble the snap. Archibald tries to get out from under it and only able to get it to the 35-yard line for a loss of 1.
Is that a face mask?
They threw a flag. It is personal foul. They'll get the first down on the face mask penalty.
Well, let's hear what the big man has to say, Mr. Horton.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 44. 15 yards to the end of the run, automatic first down.
That takes it out to the 50-yard line. That's the farthest upfield that the Trojans have been so far tonight, thanks to the 15-yard penalty. Got a discussion between the officials. Might be about exactly where the spot of the foul should be, or the spot of the football should be. They're going to mark it 1 more yard up at the 49-yard line in Rudder territory. So first foray into enemy territory tonight for the University offense. Archibald gives it to Stroop, cuts back inside, gets maybe a yard to the 48.
I think he actually just slipped down that time because nobody accident hit him. You take another look at Jeremiah right there. Yeah, he just slipped. Clock continues to wind down. When they snap it this time, be less than a minute left in the first quarter.
Crane is the lone receiver to the left. Fake the handoff. Down the middle it goes, headed for O.C. Cadena. A little underthrown, but Cadena has it, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. A 48-yard hookup to O.C. Cadena puts the University Trojans on the board to the light of this homecoming crowd.
Yes, it does, and I'll tell you what, Cadena made a great catch, but let's give a little credit where it's due, too, to Archibald. He threw it. Watch this right here. He put this ball on the money. There is Cadena right there, the defender closing in. He concentrates, catches the football, and uses speed to get in the end zone. Break the streak, that's what the sign says.
Rolando Galvan on to try the extra point and puts it on the board. 42 seconds left in the first quarter.
Flag on the play? Or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they're going to stay with it. There is a flag down at the goal line, but it may be added to the kick.
Offsides, defense. That penalty is declined. Extra point is good.
Trojans go 78 yards in 5 plays and take a minute and 17 seconds to get on the scoreboard and make it a 1-touchdown contest on that catch and run by O.C. Cadena.
If that ball had stayed in there 1 more second, it would not have been complete because the defender was closing in. Archibald threw that ball a long way, didn't he?
Certainly did. His 4th touchdown pass of the year. For Cadena, that's only his 5th catch this season and his 1st touchdown reception. That'll breathe a little life into this crowd on the near side.
That might breathe a little life in that university football team also. Castillo's done a good job kicking off this year, and like I say, he varies the type of kicks that he does. So, you know, most times he kicks the pooch kick, sometimes he doesn't.
Well, the 3 deep on the near side is number 1, Marquise Johnson. In the middle is Giovanni Madison, and on the far side is Davion Calhoun. Pops it up on what appears to be an onside type kick, but it doesn't go the 10 yards. And covering it up for Rudder is Tyler Shutt.
They had a good plan, but didn't execute it. Rodney Smith really just threw his hands up in there. Still have 42 seconds left in this first quarter.
They give Rudder pretty good field position at the University 47-yard line to start this, their 3rd possession of the night. They've scored on their first 2. 73 yards on the first drive, 62 yards on the second. So they've got 135 yards of total offense so far. Dobbins will have 2 backs in the backfield with him. Reeves to his right, Johnson to his. It's a direct snap to Johnson, and out of the Wildcat, Johnson breaks free across the 40 and pretty close to a first down.
Good fake that time for Dobbins. He just jumped up like the ball snapped over his head, and it went directly to Johnson. Picked up good yardage as the clock continues to roll.
Mark him down at the 39-yard line, a pickup of 8 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 2. Most likely the final play of the first quarter. Dobbins sends Calhoun in motion. Fakes the handoff to him, but apparently there was a motion penalty, at least a legal procedure penalty against the Rudder Rangers.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 1. 5 yards from the previous spot, replay, 2nd down.
Marquise Johnson moved while another man was in motion, brings up a 2nd down and 7. and takes it back to the 44-yard line in University's end of the field. Coaching staff going to let the clock run down, and that'll be the end of our first quarter of play. And after 12 minutes, our score is Rudder 14 and University 7. Now let's join our stadium announcer for a special presentation.
Sergeant Montalongo was sent to Fort. Good. Texas Sergeant Montalongo was assigned to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where he was deployed to Desert Storm, Desert Shield from September 1991 through April of 1992. He later earned his Bachelor's of Science degree from National Louis University and completed his military career in 2002. He returned to Waco in 2002 to begin his junior ROTC career. He is currently in his 16th year in that leadership role. His junior ROTC group is among the most visible and inspiring high school groups in the area. Their loyalty, spirit, and discipline play a major role in stewardship throughout Waco ISD. Please join the athletic department in honoring University High School Teacher of the Year and our newest lifetime honor roll inductee, First Sergeant Leonard Montalongo.
Very deserving honor for Sergeant Leonard Montalongo, inducting him into the athletic honor roll. After the first period, Rudder has carried the ball, or has had 19 snaps for 146 yards, while University's had 10 snaps for just 75 yards. We start the second quarter with Rudder on top, 14-7. They send Johnson in motion and throw it to him in the left flat. He'll be run out of bounds at the 40-yard line for a pickup of 4.
24, Cavante Johnson.
Abel Montemeyer had a good shot at him right at the line of scrimmage, just could not bring him down.
So it'll be third down and 3.
Right at the 40-yard line of the Trojans. He'll bring up third down and 3.
Of course, Johnson's second pass catch of the night. Hunter Dobbins has now completed 7 passes for 77 yards. Football, and it belongs to the University Trojans as Hunter Dobbins coughs it up. And coming up with University's football is Abel Montemayor.
Comes up with that fumble.
You see Abel right there.
The ball will be
all on top of that thing. Nice play.
Line. First and 10, Trojans.
All right, now we'll see. Usually after a turnover like that, a lot of times the team will go for the juggler. We'll find out on this next play if Archibald's going to air it out or not. But remember, he's already hit Cadena with a long one. And C.J. Perkins has been open. I mean, C.J. Crane's been open most of the night out in the flat.
So University gets the ball at their own 44-yard line, their best position to start a drive. And this is just their third offensive possession of the night, and they're going for it. Archibald runs out from under the rush and has some running room and gets it up near midfield, and the spin move will take him into Rudder territory down to the 48-yard line.
Archibald carrying the ball. Number 16, Bladen Reeves on that tackle.
Picked up 6 on the play.
Another good look at Archibald. And you can just tell by the University sideline, they're pretty pumped up right now. They say, hey, we got it. We can play with these guys.
Crane's now the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Handed off to Stroop. Stroop bounces it outside, but unable to get around the corner, and maybe gets a yard out of the play to the 47.
You know, defense number 34, Tolliver. No gain on that play.
You hear Mr. Sookhouse pretty
plain? Yes, sir, I hear him pretty plain.
Real plain.
So from the 47-yard line, they face a third down and 3.
Jose Cadena is on the sidelines. No, he's not injured. He's just not in the game right now.
Trojans have only picked up 3 first downs so far. Looking to pick up one here. Hand it off to Stroop. He's got running room and has the first down and more with second effort. He'll get it up to the 40-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play.
I tell you, that's a nice lead block that time by Nicholas Sanchez. Also nice blocks there by DeAndre Gasha.
Ball, let's call it the 40-yard line. It's just a little shy. Crane checks in from the sideline. Will go to the far side and will be one of the 3 receivers on that side. Now he's going to decide to come back to the near side.
He better hurry, get over here.
Yes, he better, because there's only 3 seconds left on the play clock. And now University's going to call the timeout to make sure they can get the play off.
That's probably a good timeout call by Rodney Smith right there, because they were fixing to get a 5-yard penalty. Also on that line is Estevan Trejo. Those guys doing a good job up front, and they're very much outmanned, no doubt about it.
Definitely outsized. Trojans started off the year here at Waco ISD Stadium in the Derek Johnson Classic, losing to Austin LBJ 45-7. They then went on the road to Eastview and dropped a 38-13 decision. Also on the road, they went to Gatesville, a very good Gatesville team, topped them 49-20. Then they played the 3rd consecutive road game at Killeen Ellison and lost 49-7. So 3 of their 4 non-district games were on the road. Came back home to take on Temple to a 56-3 decision. Lost to College Station 62-14. Bryan topped them a couple of weeks ago 58-14, and last week they went to A&M Consolidated, only got a field goal, losing 49-3. Whistle before the snap. And a procedure call. They lose the 5 yards even after the timeout, Coach.
Yeah, and I hate to see that after timeout. There's no reason that should happen. None at all.
But I believe that's the first penalty taken against the University Trojans tonight.
And Cadena's going back in the football game, so might see if old Archibald can hook up with him again.
Out of looking at my stats here, I think this is the first time that the Trojans have been behind the change, which has been a bugaboo for the Trojan offense all year. Having to overcome 1st and 15 or so. Archibald rolls left. As a rush, looks to pass now, will be dropped at the 45-yard line. No gain on the play. Just nobody to throw it to.
Once again, I hate to keep harping on that, but C.J. Crane was wide open. Wide open.
Well, they weren't rolling that way. Right-handed quarterback, he has a better chance of completing the ball if he's rolling right, and if you got your best receiver on that side.
But he was on this side that time.
I know.
And like he's going to be this time. He's having a little trouble deciding which side he's supposed to be on, I think.
I send the trip receivers to the right. Empty backfield. Archibald rolling right, makes the pass complete to the 35-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Justin Williams with the catch at the 35. Now let's see the meaning of the flag as he picked up 10. Illegal man downfield. Now all of a sudden they start picking up penalties.
Yep. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know who that might have been. I'm just sitting on the replay. They couldn't tell. I see number 50, but he wasn't that far downfield.
Ineligible downfield. Number 50 of the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay. Second down.
Well, I guess he was.
According to the guys that are officiating the game.
He looked like he's about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Maybe that's all it takes. I'm not up on the rules.
Second down and 20, and it's back to the 50-yard line. This drive started at the University 44. Need a big play here. Crane at the bottom of your screen. Giovanni Madison's got him covered. Archibald straight drop back, runs out from under protection, has some running room. Back into Rudder territory and thrown out of bounds at the 42 after a pickup of 8. But it'll be 3rd down and 12.
Thrown out of bounds by Casey Shutt that time. You take a look at it, you'll see old Casey, number 38, come in your screen right there and bulldog him out of bounds.
One of a couple of Rangers that play both ways. Their roster that they gave us only has 38 players on the roster.
They got to go both ways.
They got to go both ways. There's not a whole lot of help over on that sideline. Again, empty backfield for Archibald on the roll to the right. Has some protection and decides to tuck it and run with it, and he'll lose a yard back to the 43.
So I imagine we'll see Mr. Casillo come in to punt this rascal away. Once again, they've had one punt block and one that was nearly blocked, so keep an eye on that.
Well, I don't think Rudder is buying the punt. They're not sending Calhoun back to receive it. They're looking for a possible fake here.
No, I'd go and kick that rascal, try to pin him back.
Got a bad kick, but a good roll as it goes down to the 30-yard line. He punted for a 1st down, but not sure what happened there.
What a bad kick that was. I mean, nobody back. You could have got him pinned back inside the 10. Did not happen. Of course, the first guy to meet Mr. Castillo on the sideline is Rodney Smith. He said, okay, you've had the onside kick. You had a bad punt. What's next?
Just a 13-yard punt. Gives Rudder the ball at their own 30-yard line with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left to go before halftime. They have the lead at 14-7.
I tell you, Devontae Johnson is just about 8 yards deep in tailback position.
He's got the football in a great big hole to run through. Gets by one Trojan, gets by 2 more, and finally the posse shows up and tackles him at the 43-yard line after pick up a 13.
I believe you could have gotten your pickup through that hole.
I think you're right. He picks up another 1st down for the Rudder Rangers.
University defense got to bow their neck here and try to at least go the dressing room down no more than 7 points.
That's their 7th 1st down here in the first half. Clock rolling with 7:15 to go in the second quarter from under center. Dobbins has the backs and an eye behind him, pitches it to Johnson. Johnson on the reverse, hands it off to Manley. And Manley gets up to the 45 before the University defense smells it out and brings him down.
Nice tackle by none other than Josh Walker. You see the reverse here. That was a good play because they've been feeding it to Devontae Johnson. That time he hand off to Manley, and pretty well played by the Trojans.
Got to believe the coaching staff saw that on video sometime during their video study this week and had their defense prepared for that. They figured that one out pretty quick. Once again from under center, Dobbins. On the deep handoff to Johnson. Johnson carries a Trojan up to the 49-yard line for a gain of 4.
I'll tell you what, Kaveen Mitchell that time really made a nice tackle. So another big 3rd down play. They're all big, but this, in my opinion, is really huge.
Johnson now 14 carries for 92 yards in this first half. Calhoun and Marquise Johnson will be the wide receivers on the near side. You can't forget Casey Shutt in the slot. He is an eligible receiver. Hand off to Devontae Johnson. He barrels forward up to the 45-yard line in University territory for the 1st down.
Now he just did that on strength alone. Now, he's got good speed, but he's also a strong youngster. They don't list the weights on this on the program, but he's got to be around 190, 200 pounds, I would think.
I will say he's probably about 6'1", 6'2".
Strong runner.
And off to Johnson again. Trojans head up with him at the 42-yard line after pick up a 3.
I'd like to give credit where credit's due because number 86 made a nice tackle, but I do not have a number 86, unfortunately.
Maybe we can find out at halftime who number 86 is. Cavante Johnson up the middle. Just mowing through University Trojans. Just separating the Purple Sea and getting all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, you look at Devontae Johnson, you think he's not a strong young. He literally ran over one of the University Trojans.
Picked up 16 yards and another first down. That was reminiscent of Eric Dickerson, the way he used to run.
Yep.
Johnson back up the middle again, gets into the linebacker core and is tripped up and drops forward up to the 19. Pick up a 7 on that play.
I believe that Jordan Perkins came in and made the tackle. Yeah, there it is right there. But once again, picking up decent yardage each time he carries the football.
Over 100 yards now, 125 yards on 18 carries for Cavante Johnson. 3:50 and rolling left to go in the first half. Rudder trying to add to a 14-7 lead. Dobbins rechecks with the offensive brain trust on the far sideline. They've got 6 seconds left on the play clock, so they'll get the play off. Fake the pass, looking for the end zone. Now he'll tuck it and run with it. And Dobbins will make it into the end zone with a good stiff arm move. A 19-yard touchdown run for Hunter Dobbins.
Corey Moore had a shot at him about the 5-yard line. You'll see it here on your screen. Corey Moore wears the number 2. He's going to come into your screen right here. So I thought he was going to make the tackle. You're going to see the nice stiff arm right there. Went in for the 6.
First rushing touchdown of the year for Hunter Dobbins. And DeLuna once again on to try the extra point. And makes it good. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left to go first half. Rudder back up by 14 at 21-7 on a nice job of turning nothing into something.
That little girl is just cute as a speckled puppy. I don't know what she's been eating, but whatever it is, it's all over her mouth. But she is really cute.
I bet whatever it was good.
I bet it was too.
70-yard drive that took 8 plays in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Off of the second quarter clock for the third touchdown of the game for the Rudder Rangers.
My doctor told me not to eat anything if it tastes good. If it tastes good, don't eat it.
I think you need a new doctor.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about going to veterinarian.
Who's your doctor? Dr. Benny Boone Box?
Yeah. Now that lady, what's that on her head? Is she?
That's a mum.
No, on her head, the mom.
Sure. They're putting mums everywhere now, aren't they?
I guess.
Oh, that's her homecoming queen crown.
Maybe she's
she's a future homecoming queen.
Yeah, that's it. They're doing that flex cam. I think that's over. They're doing it anyway. That's all right.
The university needs a spark here. Pop up quick. Going to come to O.C. Cadena. And gets it up across the 30 to maybe the 32-yard line.
Cadena made a good effort at time, trying to get away from the grasp of a couple of Rudder players, but he could not do it. So you still have 3:18 left. If you're university, are you going to try to air it out here? You going to try to keep it on the ground? What are you going to do, Coach?
Well, they are going into a wind, but that's only about a 10-mile-an-hour breeze out of the north. If you utilize the talents of C.J. Crane and maybe do a few out patterns and throw something across the middle every now and then, you might get into the end zone. Straight drop back for Archibald. Throws underneath, and a nice diving comeback catch by Obi Cooper has it up to the 49-yard line.
That was a nice catch, and I think what you're going to see, Archibald's going to have to roll out because he just doesn't have time to drop back. And you'll see right here, Obi Cooper had to make a diving catch before that ball hit the ground, which he did.
17-yard gain out to the 49. Checking into the huddle is Daquan Sanders, taking over for Obi Cooper. C.J. Crane heads for the opposite side.
Hope that's where he's supposed to be.
The receiver on the near side is Michael Lambert. Hand off to Stroop. Stroop gets by the first would-be tackler and gets close to the 50-yard line before he's pushed back. We'll say it's no gain on the play and bring up 2nd and 10.
So you're out there, just know where to run to, know where to hide. DeAndre Gasha was up front trying to make a block for him, but he got tackled before he got to that block.
7 carries for just 18 yards for Jeremiah Stroop. That may show you the difference between the two offensive lines of each team.
They say you win them up front. That's what's happening right now.
Inside handoff on the trap play.
Number 8, Stroop will carry over left side. Get on the bench, number 58.
That was Jeremiah Stroop that got the inside handoff.
That did not fool Caleb Hill at all. He was waiting for that.
Got 2 yards out of it to the Rudder 49-yard line. University's going to need a new center as Nicholas Sanchez coming to the sideline holding his left arm. Jerry Williams will take a look at him.
But the clock continues to roll, so time is not on the Trojan side right now. They do have, however, 1 timeout remaining.
Taking over at center is number 774, Estevan Trujillo. Archibald winds up and throws it deep for C.J. Crane, and he jumps up and makes the catch and then loses the football. He got inside Giovanni Madison and almost made a spectacular catch.
I'll tell you, I'm impressed this Archibald youngster throwing the football. C.J. Crane goes high in the air, catches the football. He's got it. No, he doesn't. Fourth down, I'd go and punt it. I know there's only a minute and 5 seconds left, but I don't think I'm punting or not. Rodney Smith's talking to somebody, sending Jordan Perkins in there. So,
yeah, they bring out Trio and put in Perkins. Now, we have seen Perkins punt the ball occasionally this year.
I don't know if he's going to do it. He probably is. I think Coach Smith will upset Castile right now.
It is
well,
punt by Perkins, but it's not much better.
Then there's another one of those that's punt back to the first down.
It's a 9-yard punt.
Oh, Rodney Mays said, when did he start going for it on 4th down? I'm not lying to you.
I'm with you. So Perkins with the 9-yard punt gives the ball to Rudder with just 57 seconds left in the first half. They have a 21-7 lead, and they have the football at their own 40-yard line. You know, punting had not been a problem for the Trojans up to now.
No, it has not, but it certainly has tonight. In fact, the whole kicking game has not been very good.
Got a 37-yarder, a 13-yarder, and a 9-yarder.
That don't help your average, does it?
No.
Now, you think Rudder will be content just to run out the clock?
No.
I don't either. Well, they're going to give Cavante Johnson, I guess, if he can break a long one.
He faked the handoff to him. Now Dubbins is going to throw to him on the out route, and a nice heads-up play there by that's number 9, Jamarian Payton, to make the play, but not before they pick up the first down.
Plus, it went out of bounds, and that did stop the clock. So they still have 48 seconds left, and remember, they have all 3 of their timeouts unofficially still remaining.
12-yard pickup on the pass to Johnson. Again, the fake, roll out, pass is deep, and it's incomplete, intended for Marquise Johnson. Just a little too high for him.
Corey Moore was a defender on that. That ball was just overshot just a little bit. But there's no question about it. Dobbins coming out throwing the last 2 plays. They're trying to get some more points on the scoreboard side. I imagine you'll see another pass here. But I'd still get it somehow to Cavante Johnson, even if it's with a pass or whatever.
Johnson has the football, goes straight up the middle. Gets it up to the 41-yard line.
When will Rudder start calling timeouts, or do you think they will?
Well, they have some to use at least this time. And here comes one of them now.
You know, defense had time for the Trojans. Number 54, Maldonado.
Have a youngster from University, Ricardo Maldonado, shaking up just a little bit. He'll be coming off the field, limping under his own power.
University has one timeout left, and Rudder still has 2 timeouts left after that 7-yard pickup by Johnson.
There's a good look at Dylan Chapman. He will be interviewing the king and queen at halftime.
That's got to be a tough assignment. You were a homecoming king candidate.
Yeah.
And now you have to interview the winner that wasn't you?
I wouldn't ask him a question. I just interview the queen.
Yeah. Well, that would have been an even tougher assignment had he won. He would have had to interview himself.
Yeah, that's right.
Third down and 3. 34 seconds left to go, first half. Rudder trying to add to their 14-point advantage of 21-7. At the 41 of the University Trojans. Marquise Johnson along with Davion Calhoun, the 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Now they snap it to Johnson on the direct snap. He'll have the first down and rumble his way down to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 6 for Johnson.
That will stop the clock till they set the change. 29 seconds left. You see it on your screen there. 28, 26, 25, but they still have 2 timeouts remaining.
He picked up 7 yards to the 34-yard line. Dobbins with lots of time, throws, and it's going to be 4 touchdown to Calhoun. A near interception by Corey Moore, but it goes through his hands, and Calhoun on the tip drill will take it in from 34 yards out.
Boy, Corey Moore had that ball in his sights. We'll take another look at it. Just went right through his hands. Calhoun made the catch, and the rest is history. So instead of 21-7 at the half, most likely it's going to be 28-7. We'll take another look at that probably after this extra point attempt.
DeLuna on to try to add the point. And is good on the effort. 9 seconds left to go.
There you go, right there, Lark. There's it. That should have been a pick.
Sure should have. If anything, if you can't catch it, knock it down.
Yes.
Don't keep it up.
Well, they scored with 9 seconds left in the half, so that was a kind of a little air of the balloon that time for the Trojans.
5 plays, 60 yards in 48 seconds. Calhoun on the 34-yard touchdown pass catch. Gives them a 28-7 lead. The 21-point advantage is the largest advantage of the game.
Coming up at halftime, we will have the interview with Dylan Chapman, plus the performance by the University High School Band and the highlighters. Good look at some of the University bench. Those guys just a little upset right now. You had a good look at Terry Murphy. Said, "Dadgummit, we had them," and you know, Kerry Moore's the young man that got stiff-armed on the other touchdown. So had a tough night.
If I had told you before the game that Rudder was going to score 4 touchdowns in the first half and Cavante Johnson would have none of them, would you have believed me?
No, I would not have. But I do believe you, but I would not have.
Marquise Johnson has 1. Reeves has 1.
I wonder if Marquise is kin to Cavante.
You're going to have to ask the coach. Pop up comes to C.J. Crane. He's got some running room down the near sideline, picks up some blocks and takes it into Rudder territory down to the 46-yard line. Good job by C.J. Crane on the return.
So
Leaves 1 second.
Got time for one Hail Mary, I guess. I believe I'd put Cadena in the game, just have him take off run. You still another look at C.J. Crane. That was really a nice run back that time. C.J. Crane has played all just about every position except center this year, I think.
Hail Mary time. Cadena, Cooper.
Who's the quarterback? Perkins?
It's Archibald.
Archibald's still in there.
Crane on the near side. Archibald back to pass. We'll throw it to Crane, but there's no running room there, and he's going to be hammered down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 4 yards on the play. On that pass to Crane. So that will complete our first half of action. Before we go to halftime, let's go down to the field and check in with Dylan Chapman, who has the homecoming king and queen. Dylan?
Thanks, Lark. On my left, I have Navante Weaver, who was just crowned University High School homecoming king. And on my right, I have Teresa Banuelos, who was just nominated as the queen. So, guys, if you don't mind, just talk a little bit about what it's like for you to win this honor.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who voted for me and my friends that all who voted for me. And I just want to ask some tough competition. And so, like, I didn't think, I'll be honest, I didn't think I was going to win. But, like, you know, came out here, I was like, if I don't win, whoever, I don't care. But, you know, just want to thank everybody. And, you know, it's pretty fun senior year.
Teresa, same question. What was it like for you to be able to win?
It was a good experience, and, you know, it was really fun, like, just competing with everybody and all the girls. They're so beautiful, you know. And, yeah, it was pretty good. I like, you know, my friends just supporting me and everything, and just want to thank everybody that voted for me.
Yeah, I can speak to that as well. It was a lot of fun being on the court with these guys. And back up to you, Butch and Lark. Thank you all.
All right, thank you very much, Dylan. Once again, our halftime score is Rudder 28 and University 7. Our halftime activities coming up in a moment right here on Waco ISD TV.
The Highlanders are coached by Miss Christina Ellis. Please get on your feet and cheer for the most dangerous band in the land, showing up in numbers and showing out inside, and guaranteed to make you smile, the Mighty Trojan Marching Band. You're in for a treat tonight. The Mighty Trojan Band will perform a portion of their UIL show entitled It's Electric. Drum majors are senior drum major Ariana Salinas, assistant drum major Zoe Collins, and junior drum major Willie Padilla. Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Mighty Trojan Marching Band. Directors of University High School bands are head band director Sergeant Matt McCoy, assistant director Mr. Justin Lindsay, assistant director Mr. Ryan Florida, and head director
Hope you enjoyed our halftime activities. Rudder leads University 28-7 at halftime. They have 3 more first downs than the Trojans in the first half, 9-6. They've run 34 offensive plays for 290 yards, while University has run 22 offensive plays for 132 yards. University just 27 yards on the ground on 12 carries. They've got 105 yards through the air. That's 7-9 passing for Tyron Archibald. Meanwhile, Rudder 161 yards on 24 carries and 7-10 passing for 129 yards. There's only been 1 turnover in the game. That was a fumble by Rudder. They put the ball on the ground twice. University has not turned the ball over yet. And very few penalties in the game. University penalized twice for 15 yards. Rudder 3 times for 25 yards. Time of possession in Rudder's favor at 13 minutes and 53 seconds. University 10 minutes and 7 seconds. Leading rusher in the first half, as we expected, Cavante Johnson from Rudder. 20 carries for 139 yards. Hunter Dobbins, the quarterback, 2 carries for 19. Bladen Reeves, 1 carry for 1 yard, and that was good for a touchdown. Meanwhile, the Trojans, Jeremiah Stroop has carried the ball 8 times for 20 yards, and Tyron Archibald 4 times for 7 yards. Those are the only 2 rushers for University in the first half. Archibald 7-10 passing for 105 yards and a touchdown. His favorite target tonight has been Obi Cooper, 3 catches for 32 yards. He's hit Strope 1 time for 12 yards. C.J. Crane 2 catches for 13, and O.C. Cadena that 1 catch for 48 yards and the touchdown. Rudder's Hunter Dobbins is 7-10 passing for 129 yards. He has hit Davion Calhoun twice for 39 yards and Cavante Johnson twice for 16 yards. Leading the yardage receiving is Marquise Johnson, 1 catch for 40 yards, and that was good for a touchdown. University will get the ball first to start the second half. Coach, what do they need to do?
Well, they need to move the football, quit shooting themselves in the foot. And I think they can throw the football effectively if they'll do so.
Ball's going to come down at the 7-yard line to Justin Williams, or excuse me, C.J. Crane looking for a hole. He's going to reverse his field. Gets by 1 man and has set up the wall now. A nice job of cutting him off by C.J. Wilson, but C.J. Crane gets it across the 30 up to about the 32, 33-yard line. Nice return by C.J. Crane. I like the way he reversed his field.
Yeah, he probably ran about 70 yards on that play, and he did come back, had a little wall set up. I thought they might get a few more yardage. There it is right there. He starts to left, and he said, this doesn't look good. He turns around, comes back, gets a couple of nice blocks, a good move right there. It picks up good yardage for the Trojans.
The Trojans will start at their own 32-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing by 3 touchdowns at 21-7. Archibald in at quarterback with Jeremiah Stroop in the backfield with him. He hands it off to Stroop. Stroop tries to cut it back inside, and a great job by the interior lineman, Thomas Carter, one of the defensive tackles who's just played an outstanding game on that defensive line.
He really has, and University's going to have a hard time running the football off tackle up the middle. It's going to be tough because they're so outmanned up front. So I think you have to throw the football a little more. You got C.J. Crane. He's been open tonight. Cadena's caught the long touchdown pass. If you can give Archibald time, he can find a receiver.
They lost a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11. Back to pass. Throws in the flat to Crane. A nice leaping catch by C.J. will get him out to the 37-yard line for a pickup of 6.
If C.J. hadn't had to jump for that football, he'd had one-on-one. He might have done a little juke move, but time he came down, you see right there, nice tackle by Searcy.
6-yard pickup out to the 37. We'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Trojans need to pick up a 1st down.
Bad to keep this drive alive.
Cadena will be the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Crane, the receiver at the top. On the rollout, quick flip to Obi Cooper. Cooper looking for the first down, slung out of bounds before he can get there. He gets it out to the 41-yard line.
I'm going for it, Lark.
I think you have to.
The way their punting game's been tonight, I'd go for it.
4th and 1 at the University 41. They got to get to the 42. They're leaving Archibald on the field. You must have a pipeline down to Rodney Smith and the offensive brain trust.
You give it to Stroop or?
No, sir. I passed the ball.
I think I would too.
They send Cooper in motion. Archibald on the pitch to Stroop. And
procedure against the Trojans.
Well, that'll bring on the punting unit.
Yep, they got the kick in
Prior
there.
to the snap, false start, offense number 52. 5 yards from the previous spot. 4th down.
That's shooting yourself in the foot again. So let's see, this punting has been an ordeal tonight, kind of an adventure. We'll see what happens on this one. Had one block, one nearly block, and two for about 10 or 12 yards. So I don't know.
Back to the 36-yard line to face a 4th and 6, and it's Castillo back in to punt. Calhoun back to receive at his own 29-yard line. Good snap. Better punt. A sidewinder. Hits at the 23 and takes a University roll inside the 10, inside the 5, and it's going to be stopped at the 2. Best punt of the night.
It was a good punt, and they were doing a good punt, and that ball was finally killed. Who was that? Was that Jeremiah Stroop that killed that?
I think it was
wasn't it?
him or Jamarian Payton. It was either 8 or 9.
Number 8, I believe.
Okay. He kills it at the 2-yard line in Rudder's end of the field.
All right, now you're going to see Rudder's backed up in the shadow of their own goal line. See what they can do here.
62-yard punt helps improve the average for the night. Hunter Dobbins, the quarterback. Out of the eye, they'll have Cavante Johnson as the tailback and put Reeves in as the blocking back or the fullback in front of him. They hand it off to Reeves, and Reeves is going to find his way up near the 9-yard line. Nice job by Reeves to get 7 out of that.
How many carries has he had tonight?
I believe that's just his second.
Second, yeah, okay.
First one was for a 1-yard touchdown.
But if there's some way the Trojans can stop them down there and force the punt, they should come out with good field position. But they've got a second pretty short right now.
Pitch goes to Johnson. Gets it around the corner. Gets a downfield block from Calhoun and is run out of bounds at the 24.
There's that old power sweep that they've utilized just about all night. Either that or Devontae going off tackle, but he's just a fine running back, no question.
15-yard pickup. To the 25. And off to Johnson, big hole around the left side. Gets it up to the 31. Gain of 6 on that play, but the flag in the backfield.
There's another look at Devontae Johnson. Young man can tote the mail.
Apparently a face mask at the end of that play. So he picked up 7 and now
Personal foul.
Pick up
Face
another
mask.
15.
Defense number 23. 15 yards to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So 1st and 10 all the way out to the 46-yard line. In Rudder territory. Dobbins sends Calhoun in motion and hands it off to him. Gets a block from Johnson. Gets inside Trojan territory to the 48-yard line and finally brought down.
Calhoun's just like a little water bug out there. He can't be over about 5'6", I wouldn't think. Take another look at it. You see a host of Trojans in on the tackle. but he still made like 7 yards. So you've got to keep those first down plays under 5 yards for sure.
He's up a 2nd down and 4. Again, Calhoun in motion. On the counter, they hand it off to Johnson up the middle. He'll have the first down. So he'll take it up to the 42. Pick up a 6.
How many carries so far tonight for Johnson?
That would be number 24. Or did you already put it in? Oh, that's 23 for 167 yards.
He's been the workhorse, no question.
1st and 10. That's the 3rd first down in this drive that started at their own 2-yard line. Got a little help on the 15-yard face mask penalty. It's the 3rd penalty of the night against University. Trojans, Obi Cooper showing blitz. Get it off to Johnson. Johnson weaves his way through purple jerseys. Now carries 1 or 2 down to the 31. Nice tough run, 11 yards there by Johnson for another first down.
Young man, just a good running back. That's all you can say. Not only he's got good speed, but he's a very strong youngster. Like you said, he carried a couple of Trojans with him on that one.
Well, and then when they bring in the junior Travion Green, they don't lose a whole lot when they put a fresh set of legs out there. He's only seen 1 carry tonight. Johnson has the football again. It takes it inside the 25 to the 23.
You said the most carries he's had this year so far was 35.
Looking back at my stats here, 36.
He may pass that tonight.
He just might. That was against College Station. He had 33 on his night here at Waco ISD against Waco for 147 yards. He's already topped the 447 he got against the Lions. He is on his way to a 200-yard night, which would be his 3rd night in a row to top 200 yards.
Ricardo Maldonado's going back in for the Trojans. He's limped off a couple of times tonight, but he's sucking it up.
2nd and 2 from the 23. There's Green with the football, and Travion takes it to the 21, where he'll be close to the first down. Let's see if they'll give it to him. I believe that's just the 2nd carry for Travion Green. They say he's shy of the first down, so just give him 1. 3rd and 1.
They're eating up a lot of this clock right now, this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they started out at 10:02 and it's 6:15 and rolling right now. Green has a football in a big hole. It includes the first down, and he runs into Jordan Perkins, and that's what finally stopped him.
Well, you can see from up here, that hole opened up quick, and he got through it, and of course the rest is history. Another first down for the Rudder Rangers.
Down to the University 16-yard line with that 6-yard gain. Johnson had 5 carries in the drive, and now it's turned things over to Travion Green in the backfield. On the handoff, Reeves has it, and Reeves is going to be stopped. Nice job of grabbing him by the ankles and pulling him down.
Terry Murphy.
Terry Murphy got in there.
He's had a good game tonight. Hope our committee's taking a close look at old Terry.
Reeves picks up 1, brings up a 2nd down and 9 at the University 15. The shotgun. Pitch to Green. Picks up a block from Reeves and finds the corner and will be flung out of bounds when he gets to the 3. Picked up 12 yards and it's 1st and goal.
Take one more look at it. Thought he might be stopped short, but here he comes right into your screen, and he's finally corralled down by Jordan Perkins.
Under 5 minutes left of the 3rd quarter. The Trojans have only had the ball 1 time in the quarter, and that was for 1 minute and 58 seconds. Rudder trying to cap a 98-yard drive. Full house backfield. Johnson has the football and has the end zone for the first time tonight. From 3 yards out, Cavante Johnson scores his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
There it is. He barely got in, but evidently that's all you need. That was awfully close. Awfully close. Now that runs it to 34-7 with the point after still to come.
Luna's been perfect on the first 4. Out of the hole to Blendon Reeves. Line drive shot that's going to get inside the left upright and good. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Biggest lead of the night for the Rudder Rangers.
And a flag on the play.
Well, let's see if they're going to add the point or not. I'm going to have to guess so, because everybody's left to the sidelines. The discussion among the officials. Here's Chad Horton to tell us. Another personal foul against University. The added to the kickoff.
They're going to be kicking that ball off around midfield, I would imagine.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? When Cadena caught that touchdown pass, it made it 14-7. I thought University had a little momentum, but all of a sudden, here come the Rudder Rangers, and they're doing quite well. And Rodney Smith's having a visit with one of the officials about that personal foul.
2 personal fouls in the drive, one after the third play, and then the one at the end of it. But the Rudder Rangers go 98 yards in 12 plays, and they ate up 5 minutes and 12 seconds of the third quarter clock on their first possession of the second half. And grab a 28-point lead at 35-7. They'll be kicking off from University's 45-yard line.
And you try to kick this out of the end zone, or one of them little short pooch kicks like they've been doing all night.
Well, if you kick it out of the end zone, it's basically only a 20-yard kickoff. I got a feeling DeLuna's going to pop it up and try to get it to Obi Cooper on the far side. He's backing up like he wants to kick it deep. He does kick it high in the air. It's going to come down in the end zone, and Cadena's going to run it out. He's caught from behind at the 11-yard line. There's a fumble, and a Rudder Ranger picks it up, and it looks like it's going to be Rudder's football as Chris Daniels picks up the football and gives them the football at point-blank range on the fumble on the ensuing kickoff.
That's not exactly what they had in mind, I don't believe, so we'll take another look at that. Hopefully we can see exactly who caused the fumble. Well, here he comes right there. Cadena make a little move. And that ball, he's just thrown down, and I could not get the young man's number, but he caused the fumble. I did get it that
Manley.
time. Yeah, it was Manley.
And Chris Daniels picks it up and puts it at the 2-yard line for Rudder. The Rangers have an opportunity to stuff in a quick one here. And now Rudder's going to call a timeout as they can't seem to get the right play figured out. Last week, Rudder scored 35 points in their 35-28 win over Bryan. That was their most points of the year. They're poised to increase that here in their 9th game of the season. They'll close out the year against A&M Consolidated. The Rudder Rangers still have an opportunity maybe to make the playoffs, Coach.
Yeah, we'll have to wait. If they could win out, they might have a chance. I see Jesse Patel down there actually shooting camera tonight. Got it on his shoulder. That's the shot you see right there. That's the crowd shot by Jesse Patel, part of our outstanding crew tonight. As always, I'd like to acknowledge them. I can't use that as 2 weeks ago.
You don't think it's the same?
No, I know it's not the same.
Just Leslie's not here.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the same. And Jesse wouldn't be working if everybody was here. That's all I'm going to tell you.
You just don't want that paycheck at the end of the year, do you? Let's see. I see Jesse Maldonado and LJ, Justin Sanchez, Tyrell McSpadden, David Ellison. We got into the end zone, didn't we? Marquise Johnson, his second touchdown of the night.
The extra point still to come. We'll make it 42-7. There's Jerry Williams and one of the Price boys. That's either Tom or Sam. That's hard for me to tell them apart.
Luna makes true on the extra point, and with 4:40 left to go, Rudder increases its lead to 42-7.
You see right now there's not much enthusiasm left on this Trojans sideline or even the guys going out on the field, and rightfully so. They got they're probably saying, here we go again. One day they'll win a football game, and there'll be some happy folks. But right now, this will be their 44 in a row, 45 in a row.
45 in a row.
So they've already broken the Central Texas record held by Dawson, which I'm sure Dawson's glad they don't hold that record anymore.
I'm pretty certain that the school that holds the Texas record for the longest losing streak is no longer open. That's Houston Jefferson Davis.
Diamond Hill Jarvis is still open. They have a big, huge one.
They had 40.
No, there's up around 80 something.
Really?
Yeah.
Currently or at one time?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
What I've read from Texas football, 80 games was the longest, and that was held by Houston Jefferson Davis. And Diamond Hill Jarvis.
I'm just going by what Craig Way told me. I'm not going to dispute you. I'm just saying what he said.
Those are two Bibles of Texas football: Texas Football Magazine and Craig Way. They both know.
Maybe it's 60 something. I don't know. But anyway, it's a long one. It's nothing to brag about. Let's put it that way.
Luna with the pooch kick. Comes to Justin Williams at the 25. He keeps his feet. Oh, they say he hit a knee. Thought he kept his feet. They say he goes down at the 26-yard line.
All right, here it goes, Trojans. It's going to be hard to come back from this deficit, but you just got to keep on keeping on. See, College Station has gone ahead of Temple by a score of 17-13, I believe, or 17-14, whatever it is.
Well, from the 26-yard line, University. Archibald completes the pass in the flat to Stroop. Stroop gets it. Well, it's a yard loss. Back to the 25.
Take one more look at it. That was a nice kind of one-handed tackle that time by Kedron Caldwell from Rudder. I imagine if you're Rodney Smith now, you want to run that clock. Faster the better.
Archibald has a pocket now, runs out of it, and will have some running room as he heads for the sideline and goes out at about the 35-yard line.
Been pretty impressed with Tyrone Archibald tonight. I think he played pretty well. Remember, he is only a junior, so he'll probably be the man next year at quarterback.
Picked up 10 on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Get the handoff to Stroop, and boy, that play just didn't work like it did earlier, that inside handoff. Stroop's going to be thrown for a loss.
No, it wasn't in there. When you have a 3rd and 1, you need to run straight ahead anyway, in my opinion. But brings up another punting situation, so see if Gabriel Castillo can duplicate what he did on the last punt, because it was a good one.
Lost 7 on the play. Brings up 4th and 8 from the 28. Calhoun waits at his own 39-yard line. Castillo's got a little bit of a breeze behind him, but not much. Got it away under a nice rush. Calhoun's going to let it go. It'll take a University roll, head down inside the 15, on its way to the 10-yard line, and going to get inside the 10. And that's where the Rangers will have the ball with 2:47 left to go in the 3rd quarter. This is just their 2nd possession of the 2nd half, but they lead 42-7.
I tell you, that's back-to-back good punts that time off the foot of Castillo. He's done a good job. Remember, they've killed one inside the 5 earlier, but couldn't stop Rudder, so we'll see what happens on this one. And I would imagine at the end of this quarter, we may not see Cavante Johnson anymore. I don't know.
63 yards on that punt. Down to the 9-yard line. And it's not Cavante Johnson, it's the backfield. It's Travion Green.
I mean, Cavante may rest the rest of the evening.
We also have a new quarterback. As Condi has taken over at quarterback, he pitches it to Green, and Green stays on his feet as he gets up to the 15-yard line. There's a flag thrown on the play. So Felix Condi now in at quarterback.
You'll see the pitch right there. A nice run by Green. I don't know what the flag was, but I'll tell you, Brother Horton's fixing to tell us, I believe.
It looks like it's going to go against Rudder as they're facing the south. Rudder is pushed back a little. Here's the explanation. We think.
Holding. Offense, number 1. Half the distance to the goal. Replay 1st down.
So we'll mark it back at the 8. He got 5 yards out to the 16. Well, it ends up being an 8-yard penalty. Brings up 1st and 11 at the 8-yard line. Under center. Conti hands it off to Green with a large opening on the left side. Heads for the sideline, then run out when he gets to the 16-yard line. Taking him out of bounds. Number 7 for University, who we don't have on our roster.
DeAndre Robinson, who I got.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, that's a nice gain that time. So it brings up 2nd and about 3, I guess.
Yeah, 8-yard gain
yeah.
out to the 16. They got back the penalty.
Remember, right now, Rutter's, most of their lineup, especially in the backfield, are not starters. They're backups.
We mentioned that Rudder doesn't throw the ball often. Conde just 7 of 27 passing for 39 yards this year. Hands it off to Green. Green trying to get around the right side. He's going to be tossed to the ground by Quavian Mitchell.
And he did toss him to the ground, literally.
Lost back to the 12. 4 yards negative on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 7.
This should be a passing situation, but like I say, I don't know whether it will be or not.
Does look like the first team offensive line is still in there for the most part. On the jet sweep, here comes Calhoun. And Calhoun will get it up to the 19, 20-yard line before he's rolled up. But he's going to have, or excuse me, that's Manley with the football, not Calhoun. And he'll have the 1st down at the 20.
By the hair of his chin, but he did make it because they spotted on the 20. He needed the 19.
Manley's first carry of the night for 8 yards.
As the clock continues to roll, this third quarter winding down.
Conde under center. Pitches it back to Green. Green trying to get around Mitchell and can't do it this time either. Mitchell throws him for a loss back to the 17, a loss of 3.
You know, Mitchell's only a sophomore. That young man, he showed me something these last couple of plays. There you see him right there, number 84. That was a nice play. They may quit running the Mitchell side, reckon?
Sound like a good idea to me. 2nd and 13. This most likely will be the last play of the third quarter. Send Manley in motion, fake the handoff to him, give it to Green. Green has running room up to the 26-yard line for a gain of 9, but it's still going to bring up third down.
I would imagine Coach Morgan let this clock run out so they can go in the fourth quarter with a very comfortable 42-7 lead.
Just 9 seconds to tick off before we go to the third quarter, or the fourth quarter. As we enter the final quarter of play, Rudder has run 53 plays for 399 yards. Cavante Johnson is probably done for the night. 26 carries for 188 yards and a touchdown. Let's go down to the field. We have Dylan Chapman with an interview. Dylan?
Thanks, Lark. With me, I have Mrs. Jennifer Bond. She teaches Algebra 2 at University High School, and she's also the senior class sponsor. So, Miss Bond, before the game, you won Teacher of the Week for this week. What was that like for you to get that honor?
Oh, it was amazing. It was so nice to be appreciated by my students, and it was such a great honor, and I really appreciate it.
And Miss Bond, you're also the senior class sponsor. What's it like for you to be so intricated into our student body?
It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of really great dedicated senior officers this year. We have a lot of great events planned. We're going to do a powder puff football game and a junior versus senior boys volleyball game. And our prom theme this year is going to be 007 on May 5th at the Brazos Ballroom.
Awesome. Back up to you, Butch and Lark. That was Jennifer Bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan. Yeah, that's pretty good of Dylan to still do our interviews, even though he's heartbroken that he didn't win the homecoming.
You know what? He's trying to get a good grade in algebra, too. I know what he's doing.
Ball at the 26-yard line, hand off to Manley on the jet sweep. Gets around the corner. A flag thrown back at the 33-yard line. I got a feeling this is coming back.
Might have been a block in the back, but I'm not for sure. It's either that or hold it. It has to be one of the two, doesn't it?
Have to be.
Holding, offense number 16, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, third down.
So they'll move it back to the 22-yard line. It ends up being an overall loss of 4 yards. Brings up a third down and 8. First pass for Conde is complete out to the 30-yard line plus more as Kedron Caldwell turns it into a first down play all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Now, Jerry Williams, he should get paid on commission. Has he had to go out on the field tonight?
No, not once.
Well, then he shouldn't get paid as much as he does when he has to go out there several times. I see him down there with Chelsea Hooten. That's the also assistant trainer out at university. Jerry's been there many, many years. I think when the school opens when he started.
The new school or the old?
No, the old one.
That's a while back. 18-yard pickup on the first down pass. Caldwell. There goes Green. Green gets it up to the 46-yard line for a gain of 6 on the play.
Here's another look at it. You'll see old Travion Green right there. Finally brought down. Nice tackle by Abel Montemare.
That catch for Caldwell a moment ago. According to the statistics I pick up from Max Preps, that's the first reception for him this year. Green is the backup. Started the night just 16 carries for 31 yards. He may get that many tonight as he's gotten into the game with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. He's run straight up the middle and has lots of running room. Scrum for the ball, a helmet comes out.
Had eight purple jerseys in on that tackle.
Green gets it to the University 43-yard line. Picked up 11 on the play. But Green's going to have to come out of the game for a play as he's the one who lost his helmet.
It'll be a little different next week as University of Waco High play in the Hall of Fame game. University will be the visiting team, so they'll have the white jerseys, which we don't get to see them in very often.
Chris Daniels now in the running back spot in the I formation. First time we've seen him on offense, we've seen him on defense. He grabs the football and plows ahead to the 41 for a 2-yard gain.
And tackled by who? Yep, Josh Walker. Another good look at Josh Walker. That was a nice tackle that time. The clock continues to roll, Lark.
Yeah, they started this drive with 2:47 left to go in the third quarter. We've now run more than 2:30 off of the fourth quarter clock. So they've already had it for 5 minutes. Condi hands it off to Green on a delay. Green up to the 39 for another 2 yards.
Getting him off the bottom of the pile is Terry Murphy, along with the help from Kel Suarez. How do you say that? Give me help on 33.
Suarez?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
I got my glasses on, I still can't see.
You need to see your optometrist.
See here tonight? I probably couldn't see him if he was here.
Or your eye doctor if you can't spell that.
Yeah, don't use the big words with me.
3rd and 6. Fake the handoff. Condi the pass. Throws incomplete, intended for Reeves. It wasn't going to be enough for the first down unless he caught it and ran a little bit with it. So that's going to bring up, I believe, the first punt of the night, if they do punt it.
You see, Condi was under duress that time, big time from Obi Cooper.
Hunter Dobbins, normally their punter, their starting quarterback, and he's back into the game now and looks like he's going to be in punt formation.
I tell you what, I don't care what the score is, those Trojan cheerleaders keep on keeping on.
University not expecting the punt to happen. They think Dobbins may fake it, but he's going to go ahead and punt it, and it's going to probably roll into the end zone. It does. So a 39-yard punt, but it'll come back out to the 20, so a net of 19, and University will have the ball with 8:19 left to go in the game, trailing 42-7.
Well, everything's pretty academic now. This game basically is over for the most part, but if you're University, you still got to try to get some points on the board.
Rudder kept it for 6 minutes and 28 seconds and come away with no points as they drove from their own 9 out to the 39, basically with the number 2 backfield on the field. See if University can make it look a bit more respectable by getting on the scoreboard. Archibald starts them out at the 20-yard line. Cadena, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen. Back to pass, down the field, and it is complete to C.J. Crane, and he's going to go the distance. It's an 80-yard hookup between Archibald and Crane that gets the Trojans on the board for the second time tonight.
I tell you, Archibald throws that football. He throws it well. He's thrown 2 long touchdown passes tonight. That was a thing of beauty. C.J. Crane just took it in.
4th touchdown pass of the year for Archibald. 5th touchdown reception for Crane. Galvan on to add on the point. Makes it good. 8:05 left to go in the contest. Trojans close the gap a little bit at 42-14 on the 80-yard touchdown pitch and catch.
There it is right there. You see, boy, that's a beautiful, beautiful pass right there. And you see C.J. just cradle it in, go to the house.
Well, you said he's been open all night. Call him 7-11 because he's open all night.
That's exactly right.
One play, 80 yards in 14 seconds. Both touchdowns tonight for the Trojans come through the air. First one came on their second possession of the night, a 48-yard touchdown pass to Cadena. They've got 128 yards and just 2 touchdown passes through the air. Total passing tonight, Archibald a good night, 10 of 14 for 149 yards.
He has had a good night, and you wonder now why they don't throw the football downfield a little more. But one thing about it, that time Archibald had time to throw. They hadn't always had time tonight.
You are correct.
I've always said the best pass defense is a good pass rush. You've heard me say that, haven't you?
Yes, sir, I have several times. Oh, I've always said the best defense is an offense that holds on to the football for a long time.
Good input.
Nice high kick, going to come down at the 20-yard line. Madison will retreat a little bit and must be stopped at the 23.
Yeah, he stopped about that time by Michael Lambert. Good tackle. Thought we might have a little extracurricular activities, but we did not, because coming in right here, I thought we might have a late hit, but we did not. Or did we?
Slow motion, hard to know.
Too little, too late for the Trojans. They're still battling. That's all. One thing about it, they're not going to quit.
That's all you can ask for them.
That's right. As long as Rodney Smith's the coach, they will not quit.
Play as long as there's still time on the clock.
Our committee's got a pretty tough chore, offensive player of the game, because Archibald's kind of made a little move, you know?
He has. Felix Condi, the quarterback, underneath center. Pitches it back to Green. Green gets a block on the corner from Reeves, gets around the corner and takes it up to about the 35-yard line. A gain of about, well, they say he's going to go out at the 32, I think is where they mark him. So he picks up 9 yards on the play.
Take one more look at it. He's finally being knocked out of bounds by Lamorian Goss, I believe. They got some newcomers in there for University ISD. Matthew Cortez is in there also defensively.
Green with the football. Can't get around the corner. Nice job of coming up and making the tackle by Matthew Cortez.
Yeah, I just mentioned he just he's not a starter, but he went in going in and playing. He's doing a good job. It's homecoming. You need to let everybody get in the game so the parents will be proud of them.
Well, he picked up 2 yards on the play somehow, and he picked up the first down at the 34. Green up the middle. Grabbed as he gets into the linebacker core. Dragging him down is Montemayor.
Did a good job that time, Abel did, bringing him down, so brings up a third and about 4 or 5 situation. The clock continues to roll. Under 7 minutes on this next play. Like I say, Trojans, they're not going to win this football game, but if they can show a little pride in what you're doing out there.
6 yards on that pickup for Green. Brings up 2nd and 4. Manley with the football. Will take it to the 42 and be 2 yards shy of the first down.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah, one more next week. All right. I know y'all had a tough decision tonight. Thanks a lot. See you next week.
Did I hear right? One of your committee members is from Mingus?
Yeah, one from Mingus, one from Moshib. We got them from all over the place.
It's a long drive.
Well, he's got the kid folks down there.
I see. Green picks up the first down as he crosses the 45 to the 46.
Take one more look at it. They're going to let that clock run as much as they can.
They are definitely doing their best to eat up the clock. Pass out in the flat to Manley, and Manley will go out of bounds with it into his own bench and maybe get a 1-yard gain out of it to the 47.
All right, our committee has spoken, Lark.
Okay.
Our offense player of the game will be Tyrone, I guess you say Tyrone, Archibald. Tyrone Archibald, and our defense player will be Terry Murphy. I'll be visiting those 2 young men along with Coach Rodney Smith following the game.
Pitch back to Green. Quickly in the backfield are University Trojans. They're going to toss him for a loss. First guy there was do you have a number 28 on your roster over there, Coach?
Let's see if I got a 28. Yes, I do. I believe that's, I can't read Ray Serrato, I believe. Best I can tell. I can't read my own writing.
Well, they end up with a loss back to the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard loss on the play for Green. He's up 3rd and 16 at the 40. Conti to pass, looking long, has Manley open, but knocked away at the last minute by Deodric Robinson.
That was a nice play by Deodric at time. You know what, we've been joined up in the booth by the guy that's trying to get some brownie points on Algebra 2 a while ago, Dylan Chapman.
Yeah.
And Dylan, we're proud of you being a nominee. I mean, there was several nominees. Only one can win, so we're proud of you. We'll win you win or tie. You know that.
Second putt of the night for Dobbins. Williams back deep for the Trojans. Under a rush, it's blocked. Going to picked up by Dobbins. He's going to see if he can't get maybe first down yardage out of it. Got a good chance of doing it and has the first down and more, and he may have a touchdown out of the blocked punt.
Block in the back.
Where's the flag?
50-yard line.
Okay. Well, that'll bring it back.
Well, I tell you what, it goes wrong, it goes wrong. They blocked the punt, had an opportunity to have good field position, and Dadgummit didn't pick it up and make a good run out. And finally, Jerry Williams has got to go to work tonight.
Well, they're going to have to probably bring this, if it's blocking the back, they'll bring it back to the 50 and walk it off. They're going to have to punt again.
Oh, Mr. Harden will tell us all about it out soon. You got Jerry out there, Chelsea Hooten out there, I believe.
On the return, illegal block on the back. White, number 54, 10-yard penalty. Result of the penalty is first down, University.
That's one of the better players, Jacoby Nuthall. But that cost his team dearly that time. The young man that was injured a little bit there was Keith Suarez, and Jerry Williams out there taking care of it.
Okay, so they count the downs, so the ball goes over on downs to University at the Rudder 40-yard line. I'm a little confused as to why the down. Okay, we'll take it.
I'm sure the Rudder coach is right now a little bit confused.
Yeah.
And as is the officiating crew. They are very confused right now.
Yeah, the Rudder coaching staff halfway to the hash marks.
You see the officials talking about it right now. They're
Yeah.
not sure they got this right or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah. That's not necessarily a post position foul. I think it's still Rudder's ball. I think it's 4th down. And they have to punt it again. But, hey, I'm not a football official.
Well, according to Dylan Chapman, and I'm not saying this right or wrong, he says 15 yards from the spot of the ball. From the spot and the ball, so we'll have to wait and see.
No, well, they said it was only 10 yards, and it was a push in the back, not a personal foul.
Oh. Well, they're trying to figure this thing out anyway.
They're still yakking about it. Let's say it's...
Now, here we go.
Of downs. There's a 10-yard penalty for the block in the back, and we will replay 4th down.
That's what I thought.
All right, there you go. Chad Harden, they figured it out, didn't
Yeah, the chains ought to be set at the Rudder 46 is where the back part of the chain should be, is at the Rudder 46, but they mark it at the 40.
they? Well, that's only 6 yards difference.
Well, it's still not correct. If we're going to get it right, let's get it right.
No, let's run the clock. That's what he's saying.
Okay, that's that too, but they're just 4:40 to get off there. But they're going to put it from the 40-yard line. And now we got a flag before the snap, or at the snap.
False start. Offense number 16.
Well,
5 yards from the previous
They
snap.
keep on. They'll be punting from their
Fourth
own
down.
end zone.
Yeah. So now they say it's 4th and 15 from the 35. Justin Williams patiently waiting inside his 30 for a possible punt coming to him. Dobbins gets it off, and it's blocked. And this time University was on the football for a moment, a scramble for it. Either way, it's going to be University's ball. I believe it was Andrew Apodaca who got the block. And quite possibly coming up with the football is Myron Jackson.
I think if University good field position, they're knocking on the door. They're down 42-14. They're not going to win the football game, but this might give them a little momentum if they get 6 on the board here.
At the Rudder 22.
Archibald continues to be the quarterback.
Last time they had the football, they scored an 80-yard touchdown pass from Archibald to Crane. Archibald looking to the corner and underthrows Crane at about the 13-yard line.
That ball was just a little low because I tell you what, if C.J. Crane, he can catch that ball if it's anywhere close to him. We've already seen that tonight. And I've been very impressed with the Archibald youngster as a quarterback. He's thrown a couple of long, beautiful touchdown passes.
Well, the Trojans are going to pick up some yards for a personal foul, Coach. Here's the call.
After the play, personal foul, defense number 53, half the distance to the goal, and it carries an automatic 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and goal, or 1st and 10 at the 11.
Coach Morgan cannot be happy with the sequence of events that's happened here in the last 3 or 4 plays, I wouldn't think.
From the 11-yard line, the Trojans could pick up another 1st down. Get another series to get into the end zone if need be. Jordan Perkins, it's Archibald still at quarterback. Back to throw, across the middle, and overthrow. Intended across the middle for Obie Cooper.
And Obie Cooper was open. He just overshot him a little bit. And I'm like you, 11-4 look a whole lot alike from up here.
(42-14) our score. We got 4:21 left to go in the game. Trojans trying to get it down to a 3-score game. Cooper has a little trouble in the backfield with his shoes. Now he'll go to his receiver spot, and he'll go in motion. The snap goes past Archibald, and he's just going to fall on it at the 24-yard line. wasn't quite ready for that one.
No, he was not. I don't know whether the staff was premature or what, but that didn't look good from the get-go. That's what happens when you lose your shoes.
Minus 13 on the play brings up 3rd and 23 from the 24. Basically, you need to get in the end zone in this play or the next one.
That's good input.
Well, thank you, sir. Crane at the bottom of your screen. Cooper in the slot on the right side. Passing for Crane in the near corner, and Crane adjusts and makes the catch for the touchdown. Last time I saw a University Trojan do that, it was Parrish Cox.
Yep, old Peacock. C.J. Crane's had a heck of a good night, and he would have most likely been a candidate for player of the game, although he's already been that before.
Well, the Trojans get it a little bit more respectable at 42-20 with the try for point to come from Rolando Galvan.
All right, if it's extra point, I guess I'll be making my way down. It takes the elevator about 20 minutes to get here. So
extra point is good. 3 minutes and 32 seconds left in this one. And it's now 42-21, still in favor of Rudder.
I'll be visiting with Tyron Archibald and Terry Murphy following the contest.
Well, while you walk down, why don't we put Dylan on the heads? Dylan's got to go down to the field too. Okay, never mind, Dylan. Thank you, sir. $22 yards in 4 plays, took 58 seconds. 24-yard touchdown pass to C.J. Crane. His second touchdown catch of the night. And now has 6 touchdown catches on the year. Well, let's see if we got an onside kick here. Rudder not necessarily looking for it. Rodney Smith trying to get his rest of his players on the field as Flavian Mitchell joins the kickoff team. It is the onside kick. University maybe has a chance at it, but it's picked up on a good bounce to C.J. Wilson. So Rudder will have the football. They're going to see if they can run off the last 3:32 on the clock and go away with their second victory of the season. They lost their first 7 of the year before picking up a win last week against Bryan, 35-28. I believe they scored within the last 10 seconds of that contest. But the ball's at the 50-yard line. Rudder with a 42-21 advantage. And they'll still have mostly the number 2 offense on the field. Still a lot of their offensive line starters out there. Pitch goes to Green. Green trying to get around the corner. Mitchell has him around the shoulders and throws him out of bounds. Tell you what, we've seen quite a bit out of the sophomore Flavian Mitchell here in the latter parts of this contest. He's trying to show Rodney Smith that he wants to be a starter next year. Green being thrown out of bounds stops the clock, and I believe we have an injury on the far side. And that University player down is Mitchell. Currently being looked at by the Rudder staff, and now Jerry Williams and Chelsea Hooten gets over there to check out Mitchell. But Mitchell comes up with a negative 2 yards by throwing Green out of bounds. Brings up a second down and 12 from the Rudder 48 when we get back to play. Right now, offensively, Rudder has run 68 offensive plays for 463 yards. while University has only run 33 snaps for 248 yards. Far too many plays for loss for the Trojans. It's cut into their offense tonight. Mitchell being assisted to the sideline by head coach Rodney Smith, trainer Jerry Williams. Now he's going to go on his own power. Seems to think he's okay to do that. And that's always a good sign when they can come to their sideline on their own power. Walking it off, be it a cramp or a sprain. Expect to see Mitchell back out there maybe before the game's over. 2nd down and 12 facing the Rudder Rangers. Green has a hole and takes it all the way down to the University 42. Picks up 10 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 2 at the University 42. Kevion Johnson played the first half plus first 2 possessions of the 3rd quarter. Stopped with 26 carries for 188 yards and a touchdown. Green on the counter. Will bring it around the right side, get across the 40 to the 39 and pick up the 1st down. Smartly stays in bounds to keep the clock running after they set the chains. That's basically all the head coach, Greg Morgan, wants them to do right now is run out the clock and not cause any injuries. Hand off to Green. Green sidesteps one would-be tackler, gets up to the 35, and then he's brought down. Apodaca in there to make the stop, along with Derek Hopkins. A 4-yard gain on the play. Sets up a 2nd down and 6. Under 2 minutes now to go in the contest. One more first down will most likely do it for Rudder. Conde pitches it back to Green. He has a little trouble with the pitch back, and he is hammered to the turf by Apodaca. A loss back to the 38-yard line, loss of 3 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9. Some of the defensive reserves having a little time to shine here. Morian Goss in the game. And one of the cornerbacks, Justin Williams, playing some defense right now. Also notice Matthew Cortez at one of the safeties. Conde back to pass. Complete, but immediately hit is Caldwell. Football is loose after the hit, and University says they have the football, and the officials agree. Coming up with the football for the Trojans is number 21, who I don't have on my roster, but he comes up after the pass completion to Caldwell. It was good for only a yard, but then he fumbled the football. I believe it was Apodaca again with the hit. And University takes over with just 47 seconds left in the contest. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Archibald in at quarterback. Back to pass, gets out from under a rush. Flag thrown, probably for a holding penalty, and the pass downfield is too tall. Cadena tackles a would-be interceptor. That was Searcy, who's already had an interception tonight. But I don't see a flag thrown at that particular juncture, but there is one in the University backfield, normally where you see holding.
Holding. Offense number 57, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So Chad Hopkins tells us it's holding against Elijah Muhammad. Brings up first down and 20. At the 27 with 39 seconds left in the game. 42-21 our score. Rudder got up 42-7 before University got things going late in the game. Archibald to pass. Runs up in the pocket. Will continue to run. And will be brought down by Casey Shutt at the 31-yard line after a gain of 4. Bring up a second down and 16. A timeout has been called. Maybe for a penalty.
University.
Nope.
Their
University
first
called the
timeout of the
timeout.
half.
So the Trojans want to run at least one more offensive play. Rodney Smith on the sideline drawing this one up. Got the Hall of Fame game here at Waco ISD Stadium and Waco ISD TV next week as the University Trojans take on the Waco Lions. Waco tonight playing at Bryan, in need of a couple of wins to assure themselves of a playoff spot, so they'll be trying to definitely nail that down next week against the Trojans. Trojans next week will be trying to stop a 45-game losing streak. It should be an interesting matchup next week of the final game of the regular season as the two Waco schools meet here at Waco ISD Stadium. Two receivers to each side for Archibald to choose from. He hands it off to Strope. Strope gives it to Obi Cooper on the reverse, and Cooper will be tripped up at the 35-yard line. And most likely that's going to be the final play of the game, or University. Oh, Rodney Smith's going to call another timeout. So Obi Cooper gets 4 yards up to the 35. Brings up a third down and 12. As Rodney Smith is trying to get his football team some extra reps in game condition here. It's pretty certain the timeouts aren't going to help him on the scoreboard, but this is a teachable moment for his ball club. Not only trying to teach them to never give up, but also give them some extra repetitions in game situations. Archibald still looking toward the sideline to make sure he's got the right play. Lambert and Cadena are the receivers on the far side. Archibald out from under pressure, throws it long, throws it up for grabs, and it's going to be picked off. Caldwell takes it in and will be down at the 34-yard line. First interception tonight, or second interception tonight by the Trojan passing game. And that also runs out the clock and ends the game. So University tonight runs 35 plays for 242 yards, while Rudder tonight 74 plays for 476 yards, and Rudder comes away with a 42-21 win as Rudder goes to 2-7 on the year. And University falls to 0-9. Stay tuned. Our post-game interview is coming up in a moment right here on Waco ISD TV.
All right, back at Waco ISD Stadium where the University Trojans lost a hard-fought game tonight to the Rudder team out of Bryan. They were down early. They came back. I'll say one thing about this University team. There was no quit in them. Our defensive player of the game is Terry Murphy. Our offensive player is Tyron Archibald. First, we're going to visit with Terry. Terry, being a senior on this team, this has to be awful tough.
Yes, sir. Last homecoming, I've been on varsity 3 years, haven't won one yet. It's hard to come back out here and fight as hard as you can every game, but, man, I love playing football for this school.
Well, I tell you what, you guys made a little run there at the end,
Yes,
and your defense played pretty up. But I'm going to tell you what, that line for them was pretty good size.
Yes, sir. They were huge, but like I said, our D-line was fighting pretty hard. They just weren't getting home. Next game we can improve, and hopefully we'll get home better versus Waco High.
Did you have an idol? Do you have an idol as far as a football player, at the collegiate level or NFL or anything?
I'll say Clay Matthews, but he's more of a D-lineman, outside linebacker. I'm inside, but I just play as hard as I can every snap.
All right, you guys got the big crosstown rivalry next week.
Sir.
I'm sure Waco High will be favored, but you know what? It's going to start 0-0. You guys got a good chance because you're going to let it all hang out, right? It's your last game?
Yes, sir. Man, it's last game. Got to go as hard as I can, ball out, put everything on the line.
All right, good luck to you next week. You bet, you bet. Oh, Tyron Archibald now played quarterback. He's been injured a while this year. He's back playing quarterback. But I didn't know you could throw the football that far.
Yes, sir. I've tried and do everything I can, and everything that work out, I just let it happen.
Well, you threw a long one to Cadena. You came back one. C.J. Crane, I'm telling you, if he gets close to football, he's going to catch it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's a good receiver. I like all my receivers, and I make plays all the time. So I love all my players on my team. But I love, everybody. They just do what they got to do, and then we try to get the win. But sometimes it just don't work out for us.
I tell you what, these guys had better success than that when you were rolling out instead of dropping back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like rolling out, but I mean, we got to find a way to get it and improve. Every week we try to improve, but we waiting for next week. We're going to be ready.
All right, you're a junior on this team, so you got another year. You think you're going to be one of those guys going to help turn this thing around?
Yes, sir, most definitely. I'm being one of the captains on the team, I'm trying to push everybody to the limit, and everybody keep pushing, keep going, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Tom, good luck to you next week.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's bring Coach Smith here, and close but no cigar tonight, Coach.
No cigar, I don't need one anyway.
Let me tell you what, you guys never quit. They came back in that fourth quarter and gave them a good run for the money.
Well-coached team. We had some mishaps early in the game. They running back run so hard. Their line was really, really big. But our guys, they fought tonight, and that's what I'm going to tell them. It's they're going to have their heads down, and I'm going to try to get them up. But they fought, and to the end, and that's one thing they do. They'll never quit,
Had a little problem tonight with the kicking game early on with Castillo on the onside kicking on one of the punts that didn't even go 10 yards, but he came back and made two good punts later in the game.
That's kind of been our nemesis, we make mistakes and teams has been capitalizing on them, and we got one more week, to get better at not making those mistakes.
Talk a little bit about the play of Archibald. I told him I didn't know he could throw the football that far.
Well, I tell you, if we give him a little time, he can throw the ball. We had an opportunity to play a lot of young kids tonight, which are bold, big for us in the future. But he's going to be great. He's a great leader. He talks a lot to the kids, and the sky's the limit for him.
Well, all bets are off next week. A crosstown rival. And I know Waco High will probably be heavily favoring that game, but it's going to start 0-0. Your guys are going to play the hearts out.
We're going to fight them. We're going to fight them, and that's why you play the game. That's why you play the game, and it's going to be exciting.
Are you going to homecoming dance?
No.
No. All right, Rodney. Good luck to you next week.
Thank you, buddy.
Let's bring on Lark in. Wrap it up.
Well, the Trojans tonight got a lot of young players in there. A guy that I was impressed with was Mitchell.
Yes,
on
sir.
defense.
Yes, sir. He played very, very well. And like you said, a lot of youngsters, and that bode well for the future.
Certainly does. Well, I thought this was the night that the streak would end, but unfortunately it continues. Tonight the Trojans drop a 42-21 decision to Brian Rudder.